Hello everyone, it's SK95. Welcome back to more Sonic X Shadow Generations. Shadow Generations, last time we saw Maria as returned after beating Sunset Heights, as well as Gerald. This time though, we're going to be heading into the boss door itself. This door leads to a boss familiar to those who've played Sonic Heroes, as well as one of the most dangerous enemies that took a combined effort of 3 characters at once to defeat. Here we go. The final boss of Sonic Heroes and the second boss of Sonic Shadow Generations, Metal Overlord!
You can't hope to defeat me, except your fake asshole. I am now the true Sonic, the true ultimate life form.
True ultimate life form? Don't make me mad. You'll be joining the rubble in the water soon.
So you're playing this fight in Doom Surf, so yeah, you're not going to be doing it normally. During those sections, automatically do that. Otherwise, it's not going to do much damage. It's going to do a lot of damage though, so do that. I'm going to trick strike so you can perform a trick and go into a dash ring and do another attack again. These are where you can do the most damage.
Alright.
Save your Chaos Control for now. And it's going to skewer us. This is a good opportunity in case you're low on Chaos Control gauge. Now attack these things so they actually get more Chaos Control gauge and keep slamming them into them. And now Chaos Control!
Chaos Control? Ha! That power already belongs to me!
On second phase. Yeah, that does the most damage. And even if you Chaos Control during the fight, in normal circumstances, he will stop it. So don't use it on a wrong opportunity. Now you're 2D.
See how long you last on such unstable terrain.
You think you can stop me?
It's time for tennis. Good job, Shadow. I missed. Oh, good thing he does it again. You really don't need a move for this tennis.
Much to show for such big talk.
We just need to build a lot of Chaos Control gauge. Backwards. Now do not jump, spin.
Let's do this.
Jump, spin. Okay. Good enough for me. I think it's good enough for me. I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember how much gauge I needed.
I am the king of all creation. Nobody can defeat me.
Doom Spear.
You, not Sonic, not anyone.
Now Chaos Control. And send him flying at him. With that, the fight's nearly done.
As if I could be challenged by an imposter like you.
I didn't even give him time to breathe. He deserves this. Metal Overlord, no matter what version of the fight, always has a great theme. What I am all of me, well, that is what I'm made of. That remix is honestly barely any change from the original, so yeah, very good. With that, we also get ourselves another Doom gear, containing this 4th to last power. However, as we collect more power, Black Moon itself starts to mutate even further.
Are you in pain?
No. I feel a connection to the symbol in the sky. It's the same tingle as my new abilities.
It is the power of Black Doom.
Grandfather?
I made a Faustian deal with that monster to create Shadow. Now it seems that we all have to pay for my sins.
So my powers, that symbol, they're all connected.
Maria's illness couldn't be treated on Earth. I could better manage her condition on the Ark, even if her family didn't like the idea. I attempted to develop the ultimate life form as a means to find a cure for Maria. My own experiments have reached their frustrating limits. So when that alien warlord reached out to me and offered the miracle of chaos control, I accepted it. Through his DNA, the ultimate life form was born. Black Doom wanted me to make the perfect warrior for him, so these new abilities are all part of his grand design. You two are linked by blood. As you grow in power, so does he. He will either take control of your mind and make you his ultimate weapon, or take over your body and be reborn in you.
Huh. You made me the ultimate life form, Professor. Black Doom is a fool. I'll take this power and use it as my own.
Shadow's cockiness never fails. He's gonna take Black Doom's power and use it as his own. Now the Doom Tower is now up. As you know fully well, that means the next power is located right there. Doom Gears can unlock special powers locked inside power-stealing devices. Go find those devices. Like last time. So, another thing I want to point out is Metal Overlord's voice. Now, in the original, it sounded something like this.
Even the ultimate life form can't stop me!
Instead of what it's sounding like now. Metal Overlord is actually one of my more favorite looking designs of a boss. Although, I will say outright, it's nowhere near Perfect Dark Gaia, it does get very close. Very close. Like, you're trying to design and redesign Metal Sonic into a monster really shows a typical character. For that comparison to Shadow, whoop, don't want to go there yet. For comparison to Shadow, that is, well, a duplicate. Metal Sonic was created to be a copy of Sonic, and Shadow's original character was designed to be, well, a mirror image of Sonic. So, kinda makes sense so far. Anyway, let's talk to the characters after the incident of the, well, changes. First, Omega. Let's talk to you.
Where is Rouge? Hello, communications restored to Rouge. She is unarmed, flagging status as relieved. She is monitoring Sonic's efforts. We are to continue our mission.
I will assist you.
Do you recall our first meeting was not long ago? Rouge aided in my release from confinement. Like you, she does not attempt to control my rampages. I am not designed to trust, however. Working with the two of you is agreeable. Ah, it's not that long ago since Heroes happened then. Rouge once speculated that Eggman did not discard me. She suggested that he hid me from Neo Metal. That I was set to guard you from him. Illogical speculation. I am E123, the final and best E100 unit. Eggman should have sent me on to the front lines. He will pay for the insults. I mean, logically, when you think a little bit harder on that, that does make sense. Neo Metal would never have reached Overlord if he didn't have Shadow's DNA. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. He didn't need Omega's DNA. No, he copies bio data. By the way, Space Gadget from Shadow the Hedgehog. So, realistically speaking, yes, technically speaking, getting Shadow out of there was both a good idea and a bad idea, given the fact that Neo Metal became so powerful. This is when all the DNA was combined in Sonic Heroes. That's really the entire plot of the game. So after that, we have a lot of other things we can possibly do. Now, technically speaking, there are a bunch of gears as well as more treasure and, well, collectibles we can collect. Technically speaking, these are new ones. This challenge one is also very new. I'm gonna first grab enough to actually get Chaos Control because this is actually more beneficial when you do this challenge. Trust me on this one, I'd recommend getting Chaos Control so you actually have it for this challenge. This challenge is a timer challenge. A timer challenge is basically, well, chasing to a time clock. The clock's within time limit. Clock will request. There. The clock will replenish. So, yeah, you gotta go fast. However, first let's put this here and instead get to the point where we're close enough to get it, and now waiting for it a little bit, and then it's gonna move again to the location. Heading to the other side near Kingdom Valley. Now, it's a bit far. You think, oh god, I don't think I can make it. Chaos Control will stop the entirety of the time for 5 seconds, giving you 5 extra seconds to get up there faster. It does help a lot with timing, as well as the fact that you need to catch up to it. If you get stuck, well, it makes more sense to help you out. The timer increases about 10 seconds at least every time you grab it. So yeah, very useful to get. Now, if you want to be technical about it, you can actually use the speedrun strat to actually speed up your process. However, as you plainly notice, there are some difficulties with it. Time your jump here if you want to skip past areas and actually get to the other side very quickly. It's back where Omega is, so don't worry about it too much. So I might as well point something out with the timer itself. The timer actually has unique effects. Technically speaking, it will change effect and sound depending on how far the timer is gone. At 34 seconds, it's going to be Pale Shadow. Afterwards, however, it reaches the 9 to 10 seconds, it's going to be Dark Mode from Shadow the Hedgehog. That is actually concept art for Shadow's combat in that game for melee attacks. As you know fully well, Shadow has the ability to do melee attacks in that game, given the fact he's able to wield swords and anything else. I love it more when he holds a screech sign. Honestly, it's pretty funny. Anyway, more of Gerald's diary, good and good. Now, technically speaking, I could technically go to the challenge gate and actually go after, well, the next stage. But first, let's go get this last one I wanted to grab. I want to get 2 of them at least. These ring challenges are actually very easy to do, and honestly, you don't need to find where these challenges are. Trust me on this one, if you want to do something later in the game, I recommend finding these challenges and using them to your advantage. There's one thing in the game is going to need it. Very much so. Enough rings, and boop. Very easy.
Too easy.
Even Shadow says it's too easy. More concept art for Sonic Heroes. Alright, let's head back to where we need to go. First things first, though, let's head back to, well, of course. First, let's go to Big and see if there's anything new to say. He does have a reaction after you beat Metal Overlord, in fact. So let's go talk to him.
Hello, Big. I don't like that big robot monster guy. He kidnapped Froggy before and was awfully mean to my friends. Wait, do you think he took Froggy again? Please, you gotta save him.
Yeah, that's actually a canonical event from Sonic Heroes. He took both Froggy and Chocola Chow. The reason behind that was to get Chaos's data. Froggy absorbed a Chaos piece at one point. Don't know why I tripped around words there. But yeah, essentially that's how he got Chaos's data, which made him far, far more dangerous.
I heard though about those strange-looking folks, the Black Arms. I heard they invaded the Earth and tried to eat everyone. I don't know why. Fish are much easier to catch. I'll tell them that I'll catch all the fish they want. Maybe they'll calm down. Maybe then they'll calm down. Froggy! Oh sure, I've been to Soliana before. Lots of water, lots of great places to fish. Froggy ran off into the palace while we were there. We met the princess, she was very nice.
Princess Elise. Ah! If anyone remembers Sonic of 6, you know fully well why people hate Elise a lot. Well, people despise her for, a multitude of reasons. One of which is Fury Beam. Oh gosh. We don't even need to talk about why Elise has a lot of issues. Oh good, I got to do page. Page. 14, 15. We almost caught all the pages. Actually speaking, it's only like 24. So after that, let's talk to Maria and Gerald again. I forgot to talk to them because I'm a dummy, so I might as well talk to them.
You aren't the same Shadow as the one I know, are you?
Uh-oh.
It's alright, I can deduce that there are space-time anomalies at play. I pioneered the research on Chaos Control after all.
He has an Eggman laugh. Chaos Control is an amazing ability. The things you can achieve with the power of a Chaos Emerald are truly miraculous. As we learned in your first day of the training, you can use it to stop time locally. I've gone to theorize that 2 years acting as at the same time could even open a portal in time. I don't know who else could help you perform such a dual Chaos Control, but it's an interesting theory all the same. That is actually canonic. In Sonic of 6, Sonic and Silver both use that ability with Shadow, allowing them to go forward or backwards in time. I have 2 sons. I guess you haven't met them. One took after my love for archaeology. The other shares my love for robotics. They're very bright young men, just not quite on my level. Wow, ego much. I'm sorry, that sounded very arrogant, didn't it? Hope they're doing well. We don't talk much. You should talk more to your kids. Trust me, it's actually a good thing to talk to family.
Shadow.
Yes, I know you're part alien. That's not important. What's important is who you are and what you do. I was a little surprised you turned out to looking like a hedgehog, though. I think the way your spine goes whoosh is really cool. Shadow, are you blushing? Shadow lowers his guard a lot with Maria. Have you seen Abe? You know, little Abraham Tower? I'm worried about him. He's one of the only... He's the only other kid on the Ark with us. Sometimes he feels like my little brother. His family helped convince my mom and dad to let me come on into space. After all, if they brought their son, it should be safe, right? I was never worried, though. I know Grandfather wouldn't endanger anyone. Future event foreshadowing.
Shadow.
It's been wonderful having you around on the Ark, Shadow. The staff is lovely, but I was very lonely before you joined us. I miss my family. I miss my baby sister most of all. I do hope Grandfather finds a cure for me soon so we can all go home together. Alright, context about little Abe and Abraham Tower. He was actually the character in Shadow the Hedgehog as a new gun general. 50 years later, became the general of gun. Yeah, there is a lot more context than you may think. He blamed Shadow for all the happenings on Space Colony Ark, even though technically it was Gun who technically caused it. Yeah, unfortunately, there are certain cases at points. Technically speaking, it was both a combination of both Gun and Biolizard almost breaking out. Yeah, not exactly a good thing. By the way, you need to go this way to get to the tower to get to the next healing device.
Something calls to me.
Something does indeed call to him. The 4th power. And out of all the powers of Doom, it is probably one of the most technical and also the most convoluted ones. You'll see why it is.
No.
The 4th power, Doom Morph, allowing you to go into corruption areas without any problems. Changing form by pressing X during a jump through a morph ball. Speed through the corruption and jump great heights by using another morph ball. Adjust the direction of the jump for left and right stick. Left stick only. Change form by using morph ball. Now I'm going to point something out. In normal corruption, you don't move much. With morph, though, you immediately move very fast. Now hold X and immediately jump down there. However,
Occasions with this.
that's not actually what you want to do with that. If you press it, it's not good. Instead, you want to hold the button down all the way to reach the top. Now, it's similar to a swing. Lava Shelter from Shadow the Hedgehog first, and then it's similar to a swing physics. I might as well point something out. Also obvious, yeah, you can't move much in this corruption mud. There's a reason for this existing, and there will be a point for later. Now, I'm going to show off what the other way application of the swing is. If you hold it down or go halfway, you go upwards instead of downward, going across. It actually helps you reach higher places. Now, this also has another effect. If you jump through grates, you can jump through them very easily, in fact. 48 is Sonic Battle artwork. This is the artwork that Shadow was in Sonic Battle when it comes to the title screen itself. Now jump, reach, there, oh Christ, I fell. Now technically speaking, you can alter the camera so you actually get up there easily. Watch this. However, as you plainly notice, I didn't do it right. Technically speaking, you want to do it like this instead. Halfway. that was way too late. The timing on it is a little bit more strict than you may think, so yeah, it takes a bit of time to get used to it.
Reach!
Yeah, this is the other way to get there, so that's pretty much how you want to do it when it comes to Doom Morph. Doom Morph is probably the most convoluted power of the game. And like Blunt, it's going to be the one that you're going to have to get used to learning. First things first, let's start going over here. This is a Black Comet concept art. The Black Comet was the main area of the Black Arms and the main home of them. And pointing out, they deserve the destruction outright. It was destroyed in Shadow the Hedgehog after, well, Shadow used the Eclipse Cannon on it. Yeah, it's total gone. Completely, utterly gone. There's no trace of the Black Comet left. It's completely destroyed. There may be remnants in space or whatnot, but now I'm not going to worry about it too much. Now, I technically wouldn't do this, but at the same time, I'm going to do it anyway. So, we're going to actually head to the next stage. The next stage, outright speaking, is honestly probably one of the stages farther in the future. And not ironically enough, Shadow's never gone here. So, Forces made sense because Sunset Heights. This, on the other hand, not so much. Unless you're counting modding. Chaos Island from Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, a little bit weird when you think about it. Now, Chaos Island has a lot of own gimmicks in physics. It also comes with a Doom Morph, so yeah, be careful. Reach. Now, swinging on these is a bit more risky than you think. I recommend getting practice on it and getting good at it. Especially on this one, you're going to need to get good at this Doom Morph, otherwise you're going to be screwed out. Reach. There we go, and got to the next key, by the way, if you go that way. Pretty much it's very easy to understand how to do it. Just make sure you have the solve right. In fact, actually, there's something on Twitter. No! When I speak of Twitter. No, I'm not going to call it X. Screw you. That's always happens to me. So, technically speaking, Chaos Island is one of the more trickiest and probably the most stages you're going to probably die a lot in. It's honestly one of the areas you're going to have a skill curve when it comes to the area of the stage. Now, Chaos Island itself has a lot of familiar enemies in Chaos Island, such as the ancient technology. However, they all have similar traits as them. Now, ironically enough, even though they have a lot of traits, Sonic can't deal with certain ones. Shadow, on the other hand, can. Such as the ones that, well, cause a barrier around themselves. You can just snap into them. There really is no issue dealing with them. It's honestly pretty easy to deal with them. So, next area of the section, you want to go this way and go to the top, so that way you can reach another section. Careful, and make your jump. Reach! Snap into these, and you're good. Now we're gonna try to find all the keys at once. Honestly, my main concern is the keys first. I'm not gonna worry about too much. When it comes to the theme of Chaos Island in this area, as a stage, I don't hate it. But I won't say it's my favorite. Just listen. Yeah, not exactly my favorite one. And by the way, Doom Spirits is stop from moving. You go to the other side. Get this way so you actually get to the next side and go to the top halfway. This allows you to skip most of the section and go through this way. Anyway, Doom Morph is going to need it here. Now, you're going to need to learn how to do that jump. I missed it. I thought I could make it. Shadow, turn around. Unfortunately, you can't get the camera to cooperate. Trust me on this one, you cannot get it to cooperate like Frontiers. Your mind will immediately go to Frontiers. Unfortunately for me, this means I have to go back through the stage again, but it's okay with me. When it comes to this stage, I don't complain about going back to the 3D stage. It's just more of a matter of dealing with the fact that you have to go back through Frontiers again. Now, there's a lot of spec areas as well as going internal areas. Now, if you're asking and wondering when this takes place where Shadow is, well, you're going to see a reason when it takes place in a few seconds. Because if you played Sonic Frontiers, coming up to the volcano, it's erupting. That only happens after Sonic beats the pinball game. So, technically speaking, we are actually exploring at the same time as Sonic. Well, when he was in this area of the game, anyway. But first things first, let's go this way. Side step this way, side step all the way to the right, and get to this trick panel to actually reach the Chaos Control area. You're going to need to do this and make a jump. This way you can get to the next area no problem, and Doom Spirit these guys that get them to stop moving. There we go, got all three of them, and there's a pulley coming up. Just go onto it. There's another key, so grab it immediately. These are going to move very frequently, so be very careful. Unlike Sonic, who starts out immediately on acceleration, you're going to have to be very careful because as you saw, I barely made it, even though I really shouldn't have. And we're going to have to go this way. Up. I've had no reason to use Chaos Control yet because I don't like using it too much, but at the same time, using it here is actually very much of a blessing. Good. Managed to get to the top. Do more. Get this way. Now, floor is lava. I'm not kidding. There's going to be a lot of lava areas, as well as the fact you can do more from this area. Now, I'm going to warn you right now, if you do more here, it's going to be a little bit risky. As you see, it's going to be a bit of a tricky, convoluted area. But if you manage to do it correctly, you can actually reach the top area and go past the area, no problem. Remember those enemies that spawn in? Well, technically speaking, there is an inherent weakness to them. You can Chaos Control them. The Doom enemy immediately gets sent flying, and you can actually reach the second area and go to the next side of the area without having to deal with this nonsense of platforming. Platforming. Okay, platforming, pretty much. It really helps a lot to get past the stage. Chaos Control this area if you really want to get better timing. However, unlike other areas, Chaos Control has its own limits. You cannot use it on certain sections. Alright, reach, and reach. Good. Managed to get there in 4 minutes. Well, it looks like an A rank for me, but that's close. Very, very, very close. I have to go back in there again anyway, so retry. For those wondering if I retry gets rid of the entirety of the keys I grabbed, no, you're pretty fine. By the way, if you want to make that area, you can actually jump it if you manage to time it right. But unfortunately, I didn't do it right. Anyway, I'll see you about the key. I missed it. Alright, back here again. Let's see if we can actually pull this off. Made it. Alright, get this way. Go this way to do more. Jump away. Jump this way, and then you're good to take a shortcut if you really want to take a shortcut. Anyway, I'll see you at the end of the level. Ow. Yeah, that can happen very frequently if you fail it. With that, Chaos Island is restored. I got the last one, and we're good. Well, we just need part 2. Part 2 is going to be even more Doom Morph. I like part 2's theme way more than part 1's. No offense to anyone. It just feels better to me. I don't know why. It just does. Alright, head to the top half if you want to find out where the next key is. You gotta go this way to get to the next key. Do more fear immediately and go this way and you're good. First key is collected. Oh look, Donkey Kong and ball physics. Yeah, pretty much. That's essentially what you're dealing with right now. Yeah, jump away from the balls and you'll be fine. It was technically in Chaos Island the first time, so yeah, not anything too different. When it comes to Sonic Frontiers itself, I don't hate the game. I love it, actually. It's a great return to form, and honestly, it's a great game. But there is some issues with the game that are bluntly very true with the game. It has its own flaws, very much so. By the way, we're getting another Doom Morph. Now, if you want to instead jump up this way, go down this way instead. This way you can get to a key leading to another key for a book. You need to get both of them, so yeah, you might as well grab them when you can. This way we go, and then stop. Jump immediately, get back down this way, and then use Doom Morph to go down all the way. Pretty much very easy to understand. These areas for Doom Morph are very simple. Honestly, they're pretty fun to go through. Anyway, wait! Did not mean to go that way. Turn around. I can't turn around. Well, there I go. Well, I kind of lost a potential chance for a gear as well. So that's a little unfortunate. Anyway, we can go through this circle area. Somewhat in vein of Sonic Frontiers. It's a bit annoying though. However, as you plainly notice, this mechanic is probably one of the area's least powerful areas. Chaos Island has problems in the original Frontiers, and it shows here. This way, go this way, stop here, and you're good. Reach the top sections in order to get a better score, as well, more Doom gear. Doom Morph is actually pretty good. Jump this way, jump this way, you're good, shortcut. Up here, jump this way, go this way, another key. Another key, we're done. All the keys have been collected. This one's going to go down fast. However, if you stomp, it forces stuff to go faster. Time your jumps right, otherwise you're going to get hit by this ball. Just be careful. There's nothing up there in case you're wondering, so don't bother with it. I'm going to stop time right now because I don't have a good feel with that. this way we go. Honestly, good. Saving up Chaos Control is in theory good, but in practice, it can be very bad if you don't need it. If you just want to use it just to get your better time bonus. By the way, we got the goal. Before 3 minutes, in fact. And with that, we got ourselves an S rank. Nice. By the way, the perfect bonus works if you don't get hit in this game, because as you saw, I didn't get smacked at all. But in the other area stage I was in, I did get smacked and died. So it makes sense in a way.
I found you, Shadow!
The blue hedgehog, of all places.
You have something I need.
You can wait until my business is finished.
Yeah, sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
Well then, it'll be a date to die for.
Nice hustle, but I won this one. So I'm taking the emerald. See ya!
I finally find you, and what do I see? Sonic defeating you. What happened?
I will beat him on equal terms, or not at all.
A fine time for you to be honorable. Now he has the Chaos Emerald.
No, he has a fake emerald. I'll have you swap it for the real thing after I'm finished with my mission.
Wow, look at you. As a professional jewel thief, I approve.
Chaos Sound is restored. Also, yeah, now we have context of that cutscene. Technically speaking, if you're adding powers to Shadow, it makes more sense in context why Shadow lost that fight. Because he was honorable, and I'm pretty sure it makes sense in his personality to not cheat, especially the Doom powers, because Doom Spears can actually bypass defense. I'm glad we can link up. I know you'll be a big help. I'll keep scouting around and gathering intel for you. Sooner around here, the better. I can't believe you all went all the trouble to give Sonic that fake. You're such a softie, but he'll know it's a fake soon, so hurry up. Get this, he's being helped by his younger self from the past. They act the same, but his past self is a lot quieter. You'd like him. Anyway, I'll keep tabs on Sonic and his friends and update you. And watch out for a giant flying, time-eating monster. It's a jerk. Can't blame them. Technically speaking, the Sonic during that moment was similar in aspect to where he was at the game. Well, rather, he was pretty much after being Seaside Hill, and then he was probably going to chase after Shadow. And since he found Shadow, that's essentially what happened. Now, technically speaking, a lot of Sonic Frontiers has a lot of good mechanics. However, as much as I'd love to go start the next episode on the boss itself and get everything ready, I think we're going to stop here for today. Afterwards, actually wait, I just realized. I can't just say that because guess what? There are more dialogue after you got in contact with Rouge again. Omega has something to say as soon as you get contact with Rouge and back in the main area. Let's talk to him. You were designed to be the ultimate life form, a living weapon. Sonic was not all of his talents are latent, natural. He is your equal in speed and strength.
Unable to
Does not compute. I mean, technically he's not wrong. It does not make any sense.
I am
Power
unstoppable.
level is ultimal. I do not run on inferior animal energy extractors like the previous E100 series units. Nor do I run on feeble power cores. If this is a unique energy core, I am unstoppable. Ooh.
I among
My energy core is not related to the Chaos Emeralds. It is a unique crystal matrix that recharges through movement and absorption of environmental energies. Therefore, I can fight forever. Filling this data under joy. That does make Omega very, 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 very dangerous to anyone who's his enemy. And I can definitely understand why. Also, I think there's more dialogue options after you talk to that and got the Kingdom Valley. Not Kingdom Valley, but rather more big options. Might as well talk to them as well. Talk to everyone first.
Hey. Oh, you've been to the Orc too? It's pretty neat. What? Yeah, I've been there. Froggy ran off this one time and led me on a crazy adventure. I think I saw you passing by a few times.
It technically takes in context of where certain areas in SA2 where you see Big the Cat in random locations in the Ark. Yeah, kind of understandable and have backstory to it.
Yeah, I know Sonic. What a swell guy. One time, Dr. Eggman kidnapped Froggy and fed him to a water monster.
Ah, chaos.
Sonic helped me rescue him. True story. Whoa. I used to have that yellow Chaos Emerald too, you know. Yup, it was my lucky charm for a while. Then one day Froggy ate it and grew a tail, which led to all sorts of trouble. True story.
That is the context for Big Story in SA1, which is making very much sense in why Yellow Chaos Emerald is actually significance to him. And to be honest, it does make sense. Now, technically speaking, it's very ironic and funny that Sonic got duped by a fake emerald of all things, when Tails is the one that made it.
Oh, Shadow?
I can tell you're desperate to tell me something. I beg you, don't tell me anything. We must not pollute the time stream. If you can resolve this crisis, we will return from whence we came. Space-time will settle and shift back into place like rippling water becoming calm again. Whatever will be, whatever has happened, must remain intact. I don't agree with that assumption.
Really?
What's that? You're acquainted with a time traveler? Well, I cannot account for his actions. All I can do is advise you as I always have. Concentrate on solving the crisis at hand. I'll look after Maria. We'll deal with the rest when it comes, as it comes. Talking about Silver. You're still not convinced about changing your destiny, Think of it this way. If you change our past, it could rewrite your future. All your triumphs, all you've learned, all the good you have done will cease to be. What will be, will be. Although, that is something I struggle with myself sometimes, if I'm going to be honest. If you had the opportunity to change the past, honestly, it's a very, very, very tough decision to let things be, especially when it comes to Shadow. Anyway, Maria, it seems like we've been apart longer than I thought. Have you made many friends? I saw you racing away in the distance of that blue hedgehog. He seemed nice. So she did see Sonic. And glad she didn't see the result of the race. My condition cannot be treated yet. I have good days and bad days. Right now, I'm okay. On bad days, sometimes I can't see. Sometimes it's hard to move, or to hold things, or to think clearly. It can be very scary and frustrating. But you've always been so patient and kind with me. Thank you, Shadow. Her disease is known as NIDS, Neuroimmunity Deficiency Syndrome. It's a made-up disease in the Sonic universe, however, it technically is a disease that destroys the immune system. So, in context, in the real world, it'd probably be a death sentence anyway.
Shadow.
The low gravity on the Ark helps keep my inflammation down. It doesn't treat my condition completely, but it has made it a bit easier to manage. My parents were very nervous about sending me into space. I find it exciting. Even this strange void is interesting in its own way. I don't know how our condition is in the void, but I don't think it's going too bad. Get back your Daryl's diary. I want more diary pages. Give me it. 16-17. You're gonna find out context about the page on the right later. So for now, I'm gonna go back to where Rouge is because there is pages I want to grab before anything else because it gives you context about the game. Behind it, of course, like always, Sonic Forces Part 1. Ugh. On a bad note, it's Sonic Forces. Blech. Look, it's every day with me. I have to make fun of Sonic Forces. It has to. Forces Part 2. Blech. Forces is a game I just despise. Outright, I despise it. I cannot stand Sonic Forces. I even like Sonic of 6 more, which is the worst thing. 4-5. We missed this one. Whoa. We don't want to go there yet. However, I think we're going to stop here for now. Next time on Sonic X Shadow Generations. It appears the boss gate is now down below. But where does it lead, you may wonder? See you all next time.